everybody. So I'm coming to you again from Oregon. I'm out here at my mom's house in Eastern Oregon, just tending to some family stuff. But I wanted to come on tonight and tell you guys about my subscriber giveaway for the month of July. So in honor of Jane Austen, her 250th birthday, and Jane Austen July, I have put together some subscriber giveaway packages just to thank my subscribers who have already subscribed, and of course, hoping to grow my channel as well. If you like this channel, please share with your friends. But I wanted to share with you guys all of the things that I have picked out for the subscriber giveaways. I'm going to show you the prizes, and then I'll explain how you guys can enter. There is going to be a lot of options for entry and all throughout this month. So you guys should all be able to get in several times. And then at the end of the month, I will draw names and I will start sending out subscriber packages. So here are some prizes that I have chosen. I will put together different packages, different kind of combinations of stuff, just depending on if I pick up some more stuff that I want to give away this month, because I'm kind of having a lot of fun with it. So the first thing is this book that I picked up from the Jane Austen House Museum in Chawton when I was in England a couple of weeks ago. It is a compilation, has like 3 stories. I don't have it with me right now because some of this stuff is back in Arkansas and some is here in Oregon. Partly why I'm waiting till the end of the month to send everything out, but it is part of the Cranford collection and it features these stories, whatever you're going to see on the screen here. So I have that to give away. It's a beautiful copy. My daughter actually bought me this same copy for Mother's Day. I love it so much. It's so pretty. And then I was in Barnes & Noble the other day and I found this. It's a Pride and Prejudice journal. It's kind of like it feels kind of leathery, like it's not, but it feels like it. And it has this pretty ribbon bookmark and Pride and Prejudice. And then it has the quote from Caroline Bingley on the back, where, there's nothing, no enjoyment like reading, right? Where we know that she's actually just totally probably not a really big reader. And it was Jane's way of sort of saying that, she's not of a super high intelligence probably, but it's a great quote for readers. So anyway, got that journal and it looks like, I think inside the papers, I want to break the spine, right? So I'll just be really careful here. But the papers have the little Jane profile there on the bottom. So it's a really pretty journal. So I've got that to give away. I've got a copy of my favorite Jane Austen, at least my current favorite Jane Austen, Northanger Abbey. And this is from Signature Classics and has, I didn't notice this, but it almost looks like, wouldn't it be great to have this as wallpaper? Has on the inside. So again, try not to break the spine. I want to keep it nice for whoever wins it, but I've got that. And then I've got this little collection of sticky notes. So this is what the front of it looks like. And it's this little book, and then there are sticky notes that look like that inside. And it's all taped up. So we're going to leave that nice and new. I've got a Pride and Prejudice key ring. You guys can kind of see that. So cute. And then back in Arkansas, I have got some postcards I'll put up here that I got from Winchester Cathedral. I think I have 2 versions of postcards from Winchester Cathedral to give away. And then I have a couple of bookmarks also that were painted by the Winchester Cathedral scribes from scenes from Jane Austen's stuff. Oh, and then I got also these stickers from my favorite Etsy shop. They're just kind of, bookish and cozy, cottagey sort of stickers, and I buy a lot of, in fact, I probably buy all my stickers from that one shop on Etsy. If I remember, I'll put her in the description box because she's got some really great stickers in her shop and other things. So if you were an international winner, you will be getting a package of the flats, right? Like postcards, bookmarks, stickers. And then if you are a winner within the US, then you're going to win some of the bigger stuff. It's not like I'm trying to favor the US people. I'm just trying to save myself astronomical shipping prices. So, but if you win, you'll get some cool stuff no matter what. Okay, so here is how you can enter to win. In every one of my videos, I am going to give you a keyword, all right? Every one of my videos between now and the end of July. So the first video in which I gave a keyword has actually already been put up. It is my June 30th video where I talk about my July TBR reading plans. So if you haven't watched that yet, go on there, get the keyword and put it in the link that is in the description box for that video, okay? Every video in July will have its own link in the description box and its own keyword. So make sure that you get the keyword from the video, go to the description box of that video and click on it, and then just follow the instructions to enter in the keyword. So somewhere randomly in the video, I will say the keyword is, and then I'll say whatever the keyword is. So you have to kind of listen for a while, right? So that you can catch the keyword. And then you will click the link down below in the box. You will put in your name, your email, answer the question of whether or not you are a subscriber. You do need to be a subscriber. That's kind of the point. I'm trying to give gifts to my subscribers. And then you need to put in the unique keyword, okay? Every video will have its own unique keyword. So if you put in last video's keyword on this video's link, it won't count. Do that. Every video for the month of July will have a keyword in it somewhere. So then you'll just get that keyword, you'll put it in the link down below in the description box, and you will be good to go. So at the end of this video, the keyword is Mansfield, and I'm going to put up some video footage from when I was in Winchester. I made a couple of short little videos regarding Jane Austen and her faith. So you will see me sitting in a garden, reading some of Jane's prayers out loud, talking a little bit about her and her Christian faith. And then it will switch over to when I am inside the cathedral, and I have taken some video of her memorial plaque on the wall and the actual stone that is in the floor of Winchester Cathedral, which I believe she's buried right under, is my assumption. It's like her gravestone. And so you guys can see all of that. I believe that Jane Austen gives us a lot of evidence that she was a woman of solid Christian faith. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and stick around for the rest of the video. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Among Winchester's other literary figures, our most special Jane Austen is also connected to this town because this is the town in which she passed away. Just a couple blocks actually from where I'm sitting now is the house that she lived in the last little bit of her life, where her sister Cassandra took care of her. They had brought her here to see a doctor here in the city, and unfortunately the treatment was not successful and she passed away here, and she is actually buried here in the cathedral. Jane Austen was a woman of strong faith, and she wrote out many prayers, and so I want to read a couple portions of those today. Above all other blessings, O God, for ourselves and for our fellow creatures, we implore Thee to quicken our sense of Thy mercy in the redemption of the world, of the value of that holy religion in which we have been brought up, that we may not, by our own neglect, throw away the salvation Thou hast given us, nor be Christians only in name. Hear us, Almighty God, for His sake, who redeemed us and taught us to pray. May the comforts of every day be thankfully felt by us. May they prompt a willing obedience of Thy commandments and a benevolent spirit toward every fellow creature. There are modern biographers who will say that Jane Austen was, very much a feminist, very much trapped in her faith, and that her faith was not sincere, just expected, since she was the daughter of a religious leader. However, we see a much different story told in the different characters and lives within her novels. This little book I bought quite a few years ago, but I've only recently actually read the whole thing. And in the back of it, the author talks a little bit about her faith, and I had never really seen something like this written about Jane Austen before. And so it kind of put me on a quest to want to discover more about how she walked out her faith. I want to read this portion as well. Jane's great skill as an author was in uncovering the drama that lay just below the surface niceties of our daily lives. That drama that emerges from romantic longings and entanglements, unspoken emotions, strained relationships, and the struggle between societal expectations and the desires of the individual person. Her novels are neither epic in scope nor filled with adventure. Instead, she chose a small world to write about. It was a world she knew well. She studied it carefully and reproduced it flawlessly. It was a world that stressed the values of virtue, reason, and moderation, rather than high-flown sentiment and emotion. In most of Jane's novels, a key turning point occurs when one of her characters comes to realize that they have not been realistic or correct in their notions of the world or of themselves. The protagonist comes, after many false steps, to the realization that they have seriously misjudged another or treated them unfairly. And when this realization happens, it is a moment of genuine spiritual awakening and encourages repentance from such harmful behaviors. In Pride and Prejudice, for example, Elizabeth Bennet comes to realize that she has been blind to the faults of her family, the qualities of her would-be suitor, Mr. Darcy, and the superiority and empty pride within herself. And she quotes Lizzie as saying, "How despicably I have acted. I who have prided myself on my discernment, how humiliating in this discovery. I have courted prepossession and ignorance and driven reason away. Till this moment, I never knew myself." Such a moment of self-knowledge serves to initiate positive personal growth. Jane shows us that it requires great strength to live out a life of moral character in our world, and she reveals this in the most subtle ways. She writes with a tone of gentle irony aimed at our common human character flaws. We often find ourselves laughing at the people in her novels because she is such an on-target observer of human folly. And soon we realize that there is much of ourselves in those at whom we chuckle. She holds up a mirror to our sometimes ridiculous arrogance, desire for status, and unrealistic hopes and expectations. Her biting wit uncovers the many ways we delude ourselves.